perfect, Lord. The word you gave I needed. You said perfection isn't found in you. Your righteousness is Jesus. I pray this song will do exactly what it's made to do. Show people your love for us is infinite and faithful too. I pray this song goes way beyond a song of praise to you, but shows you that I love you and I'm thankful too. I pray
this
you
is
do.
My heart's cry. Yeah. I wanna live so you can be glorified. And every single thing that I do, let my life be pleasing to you.
What's up, everybody? So I just want to make this video as always because the Lord kind of led me to just express my thoughts on some recent news that came out of LA. It's not normally the type of topics that I speak on, but as I said, I really felt led to share my thoughts on it. Some of you probably won't even know what I'm talking about really, but in the world that I come from, it's pretty big news, and I believe it's worth mentioning. And another reason I'm doing it is because these videos, they go out on the internet, and when you type in certain words, keywords, all these different videos pop up on your feed, and I believe that this, there's a message for some of the people that'll be watching this. Who knows when? It could be a year from now, 2 years from now. That's why I do what I do with intention. I don't just loosely do things. Sometimes I'll just do it and let the Lord do what He does. But sometimes I put thought into it, and there's a purpose for it, and it's not for my personal gain. It's just to try and be a blessing with what the Lord has given me and what He's taught me through my experiences, through my life, and just in hopes that it could be beneficial to others in any way. So what I'm going to talk about is there's recently been a peace. People call it peace treaty, but I'll just say a mutual agreement of peace between two big gangs in LA. And I have, anybody from LA pretty much knows about these two gangs. One's a Mexican gang, the other one's a black. The Florence gang or Florencia gang and the East Coast Crips, they've had a feud for, I guess, maybe about the last 20 years, maybe a little bit more, a little less. I'm not really sure on when it started, but it's been a pretty big war that's been ongoing. A lot of lives have been lost, man. A lot of people are doing life behind this war, and I know good dudes from both sides, just from my time in prison. And I couldn't believe it actually when I heard the news that they actually came together and they came to the table and agreed to just ceasefire, and to me it's a beautiful thing. It's actually a miracle. I look at this as something as a miracle. I always try to look at it from a deeper level, from the spiritual level, from God's viewpoint, and I believe that there's been a lot of mothers, praying, a lot of family members, churches, people in jail, you name it. I mean, and I believe that God, He's behind. He orchestrates things, and not to take anything away from the people involved, and facilitating all these things, and shout out to them, like straight up, like I salute that, man. Like both sides, man. The East Coast and the Florence. It takes courage to be able to do that. Some people might look at that as weak, but it's not weak. It's easy. Maybe not for everybody, but it's easy to make someone an enemy and to jump in a car and go shoot someone, or to just have that hate. It takes more courage to kind of say that, within yourself, and collectively, openly around other people, that it's not, nobody ends up winning. Pride is a core issue behind a lot of these wars, is who can be better. But um, it's it's sad because a lot of people that, a lot of mothers lose their kids, a lot of children lose their fathers and mothers. A lot of kids grow up without dads because their their dads are in prison, man, behind these kinds of wars, and the list goes on, man. But I wanted to express some of these things, that it's beautiful, man. It's awesome, that this can happen. I have um, a lot of friends, as I said, that a lot of good, solid dudes that I've met in there, um, that I actually got real close to. Shout out to my boy Yogi if he ever sees this. I don't remember his name, but I spent a lot of time with him when I was fighting my case. Yogi from the gangsters from Florence. So if anybody watches this and knows him, please send him my hookup, man. I'd like to get in contact with him. There's a lot of guys, man. A lot of guys from Florence that I know, that I was that I respect, and that we had a bond, a close bond. Um, and I've actually been in riots behind this war, because in there it's more about race. And so I've been in riots because these two gangs don't get along. And it's a trip, because we're gonna have each other's back, and behind a war that's out in the streets, it's affected even people in jail, man. And so I've been a part of that, and that's why, and I know the deep rooted hatred that that has existed between these two gangs. And I know what that is, because I've had that hatred myself for my enemies in the gang world when I was out there in the streets. I know what that is. And so, if you're not a gang member, you probably don't understand a lot of this stuff. But for those of you that are, or they're probably still out there, you know what I'm talking about. And to, it's a big thing, man. It's big news that something like this can take place. I'm all for that kind of stuff, man. I was all for the opposite end. When I was out in the streets, I was all about destruction and just playing my role in doing my part in my neighborhood and all that. And that's part of my history, but I'm not proud of it like I used to be. Because I know that it affected a lot of people, man. It hurt a lot of people, a lot of moms, a lot of families were hurt because of things I did. And now that I have a son, and a family, like, I see things differently. So I wanna congratulate everybody, man. All these guys that have been involved. As I said earlier, facilitating all these things. It's awesome, man. It's beautiful, and I salute that, man. As I said earlier, that's what's up, man. That's what it's about. I wanna encourage anybody that may struggle with some of this stuff, or you're maturing, you know what I mean? You're maturing, and you don't see things the way you used to, but then you have the peer pressure, you got all the stuff, like what's what's this dude gonna think, what's the homie gonna think, all that. You know, I just want to encourage you to, before anything, man, be a man, be yourself. You know, people respect that a lot more. You'll be surprised at how people will respect you being more genuine and open about yourself, man, the way you feel about things. And there's gonna always be people that are against this kind of stuff, because the devil, Satan, the accuser, the enemy, whatever you want to call him, um, the dark forces that exist, spiritual um, entities that exist, um, they don't want this kind of stuff. They want death, destruction, and they actually influence human beings. I was one of those people. I don't believe I know that I was influenced by some of these demonic forces, man. That's how deep it goes. We tend to look at things like from the physical aspect, but there's a much deeper aspect, and you know, I actually I pray against that stuff. You know, I pray against that stuff. This is a real war. I look at it like, now that I'm a Christian, anybody that's a real genuine Christian, you're a soldier that's been enlisted in a war. That's what the Bible says, that you are now a soldier that's been enlisted in a real war. And this war is deeper, because you can't see your enemy, but you know that he's there. And the way to fight is through prayer, on your knees, or you don't necessarily have to be on your knees, but I like to do it as a how do you say it? Reverence, to show reverence to God, and through worshiping the Lord. This is how we fight our battles. There's battles that are going on, and I pray for this kind of stuff. I pray for peace in my neighborhood. I pray for my homeboys to come to Jesus, man, and to see that we all need Him, and that there's salvation, that there's forgiveness for the sins that we've committed, and the destruction that we've caused. There's Jesus still loves us, and there's forgiveness, man. There's a freedom that comes with that, and there's a purpose for our lives. All that stuff that we did, it wasn't in vain, because God wants to use that evil for good. And so, you know, there's a lot. You know, I can go on and on about this. I don't want to go on too long, but you know, this is a win, man. It's a win for the good side. Anytime something like this can happen, and gangbanging, honestly, it's not what it used to be. Like when I first started, like in the late '80s, early '90s, and all that. It's different now. There's nothing wrong. I don't believe, you know, there's people that are gang members. You're gonna consider yourself a gang member for the rest of your life, probably. I'm a Christian, and I don't look at it like I used to. But that's still a part of me. That's part of my testimony. People still know me as that. People still call me Sticks, you know. And everybody knows. Anybody that knows me, they know I'm a soldier for Jesus now, man. I'm not out there trying to, you know, do what I used to do. But I love my neighborhood, man. My neighborhood's in my heart, man. Wherever I go, you know, my neighborhood's there, because that's a part of me, man. And I believe the Lord raised me up to intercede for my homeboys. I believe that the Lord raised me up to intercede for your homeboys, for people in LA. See this right here, LA. I love LA, man. LA is like, it's a part of my DNA. You know, I was born in LA. I was raised in LA. I moved to Rosemead at like around 8 years old, 7 years old, and that's still LA. It's right next to East LA, so you know that's still, to me, that's still LA. But and then in prison, in jail, like I know someone from probably every hood you could think of, and I probably got ties with, you know, I formed close bonds with dudes from everywhere, including black neighborhoods. You know, shout out to the East Coast Crips, man. Shout out to Frosty, Raton, a lot of good dudes that I know from East Coast, man, that we used to be sometimes neighbors. You know, we were neighbors, you know, and cells right next to each other. And we used to have long discussions, man, and forming bonds like that too, you know. And, you know, I wanted to make this video, man, and just get this off my chest and to encourage um, those of you guys that are from Florence and East Coast to um, you know, anybody that may be struggling with that little whatever it is, man, it makes you more of a man to be able to do that and to be able to seek peace, man. To seek peace. There's always gonna be destruction, but you can seek peace and especially if you share neighborhoods, if you're that close, you know, out there in South Central, that's a whole nother trip, man. And it's as I said earlier, it's a miracle, man. I see it as a straight miracle that two gangs like that with so much animosity toward each other, so much bloodshed, so much people lost cousins, people lost brothers, people lost sons, people lost, you know, if you're not a gamer, like I said, you probably don't understand, but that's some deep stuff, man. And to be able to come together and say, you know what, that's it, man. Let's kill it and let's move forward, man. And that's a powerful thing, man. When if gangs that come together, I have this vision, this dream that I've always had it. I think not always, but I've had it for a long time, where I felt that God wanted to use me to kind of do that, like to connect with different dudes from different hoods, blacks and Mexican, and to bring them together, and to start like a movement and to do something. But now that I'm a Christian, I see the spiritual aspect. I'm trying to get some souls saved, man. I want people to go to heaven. You could be successful in this life. You could come together and you can make money and do all that. But if you end up doing all that and your soul ain't right with God and you end up in hell, then it was all for nothing. So the way I see it is I want to reach people with the gospel of Jesus Christ, man. And you know, I have these burdens the Lord has put in my heart. You know, I've been struggling, as I mentioned in my last video, I believe, a lot with where I can't breathe, man. Last night I felt like I was done, man. Like I was taking my last breath, and I believe it's a spiritual attack. Like I said earlier, it's a war, and so it's like I'm a target. We're all targets, really, but if you're making moves and you're trying to penetrate into these dark places, there's gonna be opposition, man. And that's why I take these things seriously. These videos, I take it seriously. Some people may think that I'm doing it for whatever, man. Like, you know, and that's okay. They could think what they want, but I take it real serious because it can do something. It can do something that normally wouldn't be able to be done. Cause right now I'm in my room, in what I call my office. You guys can see I got my bookshelf and my desk right here, and you know that's it's a trip how I can sit right here, but you can hear me on your phone wherever you're at, or on your laptop or your tablet. You can be in any state, you can be anywhere. Mexico, you could be in another country, and you can be watching this, and something that's said, it can stir something up within you, and who knows what it could do. It can give you an idea, and you can go on and end up doing something, you know, and that's how God works. You know, I'm not saying like it's gonna happen because of me. I'm saying God can use me to do that kind of stuff, and that's how He operates. So as I always say, I don't take it lightly. This is a serious thing. I pray before I make these videos. I pray after I make these videos. And sometimes I'm even praying in my mind while I'm even speaking. You know, I ask the Holy Spirit to lead me and guide me in what He wants me to say. So, you know, just wanted to get all that off my chest, as I said, and you know, I believe God, you know, He answered, man. He answered prayers, man. Mama's prayers, you know. Mama's prayers are strong, man, and I always like to give the glory to God. I know it's, you know, like I said, it's not to take away from the dudes that are involved doing these things, but I believe at the top it's the Lord that's causing all this, and I believe more can come, man. So with that said, thank you guys for watching, man. Thank you guys for supporting our channel. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking the videos, for commenting. You guys are always in my prayers. And it's a blessing to me. I look forward to, you know, Lord willing, continue to do what He's called me to do, and to reach people for the Lord, man. That's the main objective, and to encourage you guys, you know, whether you're Christian or not, just to encourage you with you know, with the good word, or in any way, in any way that I can. If it can be beneficial to you, it's beneficial to me, man. So God bless you guys. Stay tuned for the upcoming videos that we got. Been kind of, you know, had a lot going on, but things are coming, and thank you, man. God bless you all.
Yeah. Just break my heart, nigga. You know what you signed up for? You sure? Genocide on your own people, my nigga. It's a lie. You're living a lie. Yeah. I feel like an alien in my own lands, and though I'm grateful you saved me, the homies hating me lately. They can't relate, they think it's fake the way your grace it is shady. My neighborhood's crazy, just like a baby. I'm trying to cradle it in my own hands, and Lord knows I'm knowing I ain't the savior, but the least that I could do is try to lead them to Him. And we are so broken in our behavior, but imagine what we could do if my people knew Him. When I never had nothing, the hood was there, but I didn't have nothing, I couldn't care. Then I met the risen Christ and was given life, so now I'm living life to give Him life. What I shouldn't share, betraying the homeboys, I wouldn't dare. But if I say I love them, gotta tell them the truth. The fatherless follow us and then get swallowed up by the same game that swallowed us. It's obvious we fell in the youth. You see that Ruger in his hand glistening? That little shooter think you love him if he bust for you, but you were just using him for your ambitions, and he couldn't see nothing because he trusted you. He gave his life for your hype, he's doing life for a stripe, and you won't even write, bro, a kite. You need the little homies living wrong to get it on. That's why you ain't the one that's trying to fight for what's right for real. Hope you listen, I ain't dissing, I'm trying to plead with you, and there ain't rally that's in it and got some influence. The little homies is listening to what you feed. If you said it, he did it, ain't no coincidence. The big homies raised us to die for him. On the other hand, it was Christ gave his life for us. They said that love's earned, so we would ride for him, but God love with no return. Somebody lied to us. Brotherly love overcomes our destruction. Yeah, that's the acronym for blood, right? Christ's love overcame our destruction. I guess he the only one doing blood right. Community, revolution, and progress. That's the acronym for Crip, right? Christ unity's the solution to progress. I guess he the only one doing Crip right. Yeah, yeah. Somebody lied to us. Somebody lied to us. Somebody lied to us. Come on, somebody lied to us. You see it, somebody lied to us. I swear somebody lied to us. They wouldn't be the ones that would die for us. Christ did it on the cross, somebody lied to us.
I try to talk to the streets, but they don't learn. Till you can't help them and gotta tell them it's your turn. Jail time is a candle with a slow burn. That's if you blessed with death, it's no return. Hopped off the porch and we came out of broken homes. Never seen a happy family portrait till we broken home. Knuckles ain't right from the fights, many broken bones. Heard we was kings, so we settled for a broken throne. I understand, for real I was you. Now I'm trying to tell you what you think is real's not true. Love yelling cuz I was real bout blue. Now I'm covered in his blood like a real die move. The streets say you real when they crying at your wake. If you walk away to get your life right, then you fake. So I either gotta die, live a life full of hate, to be real in your eyes, realize that it ain't love. We try to make the gang full of void, but we can't still avoid that the pain of a boy still remains, and the noise in our brain is a voice of Satan telling us to bang, this is poison. So when the homie gets smoked by the enemies and the thoughts of revenge take your energy, just know the same devil that manipulated y'all got them. So who the real enemies? Geppetto got you thinking that you real boy. Pin the okey doke on the loke, that's a kill boy. Crip of blood, we done shed a grip of blood. Before you spit a slug at another thug, better chill boy. Cause when you kill him, you kill you. Taking lives hardens hearts, that it will do. I'm talking to the fake and the real goons. Somebody lied to us, listen to the real truth.
Yeah, brotherly love overcomes our destruction. Yeah, that's the acronym for blood, right? Christ's love overcame our destruction. I guess he the only one doing blood right. Community, revolution, and progress. That's the acronym for Crip, right? Christ's unity's the solution to progress. I guess he the only one doing Crip right. Yeah, somebody lied to us. Somebody lied to us. Somebody lied to us. Come on, somebody lied to us. You see it, somebody lied to us. I swear somebody lied to us. They wouldn't be the ones that would die for us. Christ did it on the cross, somebody lied to us. He wanna be famous, so he's saying he functionary nigga in the gang amongst them. And he caught up in the gang of funk and caught a case, and the judge made the same assumption, so they hit him with a gang injunction, The homie said he got you, he made blood spill, but he only did it for the blood thrill. Plus he only did it off that drug pill, but he got you feeling like the love's real. Now you feeling like you owe him a body, so you roll and you body somebody and your bodies they climb. But the same one that molded those bodies, he is holding your body, he gon' body your body in time. Yeah, now they celebrating hell cause they feeling like they'll never get to Zion cause they lost faith. Selling they soul for a little bit of fame, they gon' know it ain't no game when they die and they see God's face. Yeah, the world's cold and hell is hot. We stuck up in this melting pot. Instead of helping them, we selling rock. Yeah, living selfish while you tell us stop. I ain't judging, I'm just stating facts. And I pray that we repent, cause it's too late the day you come get us. Look how the slum did us, you the only one with us. You generate our faith and have grace on my young niggas. Brotherly love overcomes our destruction. Yeah, that's the acronym for blood, right? Christ's love overcame our destruction. I guess he the only one doing blood right. Community, revolution, and progress. That's the acronym for Crip, right? Christ's unity's the solution to progress. I guess he the only one doing Crip right. Yeah, somebody lied to us. Somebody lied to us. Somebody lied to us. Come on, somebody lied to us.